Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code DTC P0115 indicates an issue with the Engine Coolant Temperature ECT Sensor 1, specifically that its output voltage is out of the expected range. The role of the ECT sensor is critical as it measures the temperature of the engine coolant, which influences engine performance and efficiency. If this component's reading is outside the specified voltage range, the Powertrain Control Module, PCM, assumes that there is an abnormality in the coolant temperature data being transmitted. This can lead to improper fuel adjustments, potentially causing performance problems or emissions issues. The ECT sensor is typically located on or near the engine block or thermostat housing, allowing it to accurately sense the coolant's temperature. The first step in troubleshooting involves using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to retrieve voltage readings from the ECT sensor. If the voltage is below 0.14 volt or above 4.99 volt, it confirms a malfunction. Identifying the exact nature of the problem is crucial, as it can involve several interconnected components, including the ECT sensor itself, related circuitry, or even the PCM. The error description for DTC P0115 indicates that the Engine Coolant Temperature ECT Sensor 1 is outputting a voltage that is outside its specified range, leading to the PCM storing this DTC for further analysis. The ECT sensor is essential in monitoring the coolant temperature, which plays a significant role in engine management and emissions control. If the PCM detects that the ECT sensor's voltage is below 0.14 volts or above 4.99 volts, it automatically determines that there is an abnormality, hence the code is triggered. This sensor is typically positioned directly on the engine block or close to the thermostat housing. Thus, it can efficiently monitor the temperature of the coolant circulating through the engine system. Moreover, the information gathered from the ECT sensor aids in making adjustments to fuel delivery and ignition timing, which are vital for optimal engine performance. Effective troubleshooting starts with checking the sensor output to identify if it is faulty or if other related components are causing the issue. The potential causes for the P0115 DTC revolve around several critical components and their associated wiring. Firstly, a faulty ECT sensor 1 is a primary suspect, as it may not be accurately reading or transmitting the coolant temperature voltage, leading to incorrect values being sent to the PCM. Another possibility is a short or open circuit in the wiring associated with the ECT sensor. This circuit includes the signal wire and the ground wire, both of which must function correctly for accurate signal transmission. A malfunction within the PCM itself could also contribute to this issue. If the PCM fails to interpret the received signals correctly, it may trigger fault codes erroneously. Lastly, physical issues with the connectors can lead to poor electrical connections, ultimately affecting the sensor's performance and reliability. Each of these components needs to be systematically ruled out during the troubleshooting process to accurately diagnose the issue. When experiencing a P0115 DTC, several symptoms can manifest, indicating that the ECT sensor is malfunctioning. The most immediate and noticeable symptom is a poor engine performance, which may include rough idling, stalling, or lack of power during acceleration. This results from the PCM's inability to receive accurate temperature data, which is vital for making real-time adjustments to fuel mapping and ignition timing. Increased emissions can occur as well, because the engine may run excessively rich or lean, straying from the optimal fuel-to-air ratio. Furthermore, vehicle operators may observe that the check engine light is illuminated on the dashboard, signaling that something is amiss in the engine systems. Another logical symptom may be an erratic temperature gauge reading, as the ECT sensor directly affects the gauge's ability to display accurate engine temperature. Each of these symptoms should prompt immediate diagnostics to prevent long-term engine damage or reduced vehicle efficiency. For the first troubleshooting step regarding the P0115 DTC, start by turning the vehicle to the on mode without starting the engine. This allows the instrument cluster and the PCM to initialize. Once the vehicle is on, the next step is to use the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to read the ECT sensor 1 voltage. The importance of this step lies in validating the voltage. If the value reads less than 0.14 volts or more than 4.99 volts, a malfunction is confirmed. This reading indicates the ECT sensor is either completely failing or the circuit connected to it is compromised in some way. Through careful monitoring of this data, one can determine whether further inspection of the sensor itself or associated components is warranted. It is crucial to follow this protocol closely to avoid misdiagnosing the problem. In the second troubleshooting step for DTC P0115, begin by disconnecting the ECT sensor 1 connector, which features 2 pins, 2P for connection points. After ensuring the connector is free of any dirt or corrosion, take a jumper wire and connect terminals number 1 and number 2 of the ECT sensor connector together. This jumping of the terminals effectively sends a direct signal, bypassing the sensor itself. Next, turn the vehicle to the on mode once more and verify the HDS readings for the ECT sensor 1 voltage. A normal condition is indicated by a reading of less than 4.99 volts. If the HDS displays a normal reading, it suggests that the ECT sensor is faulty. However, if the reading is abnormal, it indicates an issue with the wiring or the PCM. Understanding these conditions will help establish the next steps in the diagnostic process. The third troubleshooting step involves checking the wiring associated with the ECT sensor. Before initiating this step, it is essential to prepare the vehicle by ensuring the ECT sensor connector, 2P, and the PCM connector, 80P, are both disconnected. Preparing the connections allows for safer inspection without risk of shorts or inaccurate readings. Once these connectors are removed, conduct an inspection to check for any shorted wiring conditions and open circuitry faults, focusing especially on the signal wire and ground wire connected to the ECT sensor. The standard specifications dictate that for the TW signal wire and SG2 ground wire inspections, each should show less than 1 ohm when checked for continuity. If continuity readings are normal, it indicates that there are no significant issues in the wiring. Conversely, abnormal continuity will reveal underlying circuit faults that need immediate attention. In this final troubleshooting step, the focus turns to the Powertrain Control Module, or PCM, itself. If all previous inspection items have been deemed normal, it strongly suggests that the issue may lie with the PCM. Since the PCM is responsible for processing the input signals from various sensors, including the ECT sensor, any faults here can lead to a wide array of performance problems. To confirm this, a thorough inspection of the PCM for any signs of failure, such as damage or corrosion, should be carried out. If no external faults are visible, testing and potentially replacing the PCM could be deemed necessary. Once the PCM is addressed, subsequent tests should ideally show normal functionality, clearing the P0115 DTC and reinstating proper communications between the ECT sensor and the PCM. This thorough, step-by-step analysis is crucial to ensuring the vehicle operates efficiently. Finally, Once all repairs have been completed, it is essential to perform a verification process to ensure the issue linked to DTC P0115 has been adequately resolved. Begin by clearing any stored diagnostic trouble codes, DTCs, using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. Clearing the codes will reset the system and allow it to generate fresh data as you proceed. Following this, it is advisable to conduct a test drive of the vehicle to ascertain that all systems are functioning correctly under typical operating conditions. During the test drive, monitor the vehicle's performance for any anomalies and recheck the HDS to ensure the P0115 DTC does not reappear. This step helps confirm that the underlying issue has been successfully addressed and enhances the reliability of the vehicle. Always document the repairs made and the procedures followed, as this information can be helpful for future diagnostics. Preventive maintenance is key to avoiding issues like the P0115 DTC in a Honda CR-V 2023+. Regular inspections of the Engine Coolant Temperature (ECT) sensor should be incorporated into routine maintenance checks. This should include ensuring that the sensor is mounted properly and is not compromised by leaks or corrosion. Alongside this, checking the integrity of the wiring connected to the ECT sensor is crucial. Any frays or weaknesses should be promptly addressed. Keep all connectors clean and free from debris, as contamination can lead to poor connections and inaccurate readings from the sensor. By diligently maintaining these components, one can help prevent future occurrences of DTC P0115 and ensure the vehicle continues to perform efficiently and reliably. In summary, DTC P0115 signals a critical issue concerning the engine coolant temperature (ECT) sensor's functionality in the Honda CR-V 2023+. The diagnostic process necessitates a thorough inspection of the ECT sensor, the associated wiring, and potentially the PCM, as each plays a crucial role in the overall vehicle performance and efficiency. Properly diagnosing the issue requires careful voltage checks and circuit testing to isolate the failure source. This structured troubleshooting ensures that faulty components are accurately identified and replaced, preventing unnecessary parts replacement and ensuring optimal vehicle operation. By adhering to these steps, one can effectively resolve this DTC and maintain the integrity of the vehicle system. Preventive maintenance in this area should not be overlooked, as it can significantly enhance reliability and performance over time. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.